Fulham 1, Liverpool 3, and somehow Liverpool are still in a title race with, 5 games left of the Premier League season. How this has happened, I'm not quite sure. But if you would have offered it to me and probably you in August, then, I would have snapped your hand off for it. But for today, Liverpool-Fulham, another slow start for the Reds. Some big lineup changes there for Liverpool. Obviously, no Nunez, no Salah, no McAllister. I think the decision today for some of those players coming in was maybe just trying to give them a little bit more legs, a little bit more energy, a little bit more zip, because we've looked so tired and so slow the past couple of games. So I think it was the right thing to try and shuffle the pack a little bit, see what happened. But it was a slow start, apart from that early header by Diaz starting on the right, which I'm kind of always intrigued by Diaz on the right. I think it should be a bit more of an option there. He's a bit less predictable than when he's on the left, obviously always cutting inside onto his right foot. So, his influence was limited today, but there's something there with Diaz on the right, I think. But anyway, he has that early chance. But then after that, Liverpool kind of struggled again. Same old thing, moving side to side, moving back. No real clear passing lanes open. And, the team just looking sluggish. Now, when we've seen it in previous weeks and previous times where Liverpool can't really find a way through, usually it's with a team who's playing a low block and, 3 at the back or 5 at the back, really. And these kind of line of midfield, line of defence really close together. All those kind of tricks that teams use to slow Liverpool down. Today, Fulham looked a bit more expansive, certainly more expansive than they looked at Anfield earlier in the season. It looked like they were playing a 4-4-2 with a diamond in the middle for the most part. I thought, well, wow, here's a chance here for Liverpool to kind of move the ball around a little bit, stretch the players a little bit out of position. And it never really happened. It never really happened there. The only time it started to happen was as we got 20 minutes, 25 minutes into the game, a little bit further. Cody Gakpo got on the ball a little bit more. Gakpo's played really well the past couple of games that he's played. Comes up for a lot of criticism, but he's been really good the past few weeks. And he can use his body really impressively, how he uses that body to create time and space for himself and the players around him. And it was through Cody Gakpo's increased influence in the first half that Liverpool started to win a couple of free kicks. First free kick, I was expecting Trent to step up, try and kill one outside of the wall. Harvey Elliott gets a chance. It wasn't a great free kick. It looked like he was trying to get it under the wall, maybe. Give him the benefit of the doubt, but it wasn't a great free kick. But again, Cody Gakpo, through him moving around, I think it was Diogo Jota that eventually got fouled after Gakpo gave him the ball, and then up steps Trent Alexander-Arnold with just a world-class goal. Fantastic, absolutely unbelievable free kick, because it just looks effortless for the lad. Things that lad can do with a football is unreal, absolutely unreal. But then after that, we were hoping Liverpool could kind of push on, but it never really happened. Fulham slowed Liverpool down again. And it became a difficult watch, I think, after, for those final closing minutes of the first half. The Fulham goal, again, I think it's coming from situations that Liverpool are failing to control, and it's something that we've seen throughout this season, which has been inconsistent at times. And with today, we saw it manifesting itself in Liverpool's inability to win the second ball enough. And it's been our downfall a few times this season. With the Fulham goal, it looked like there was 3 clear opportunities for us to win that second ball, and we failed every time. And then, it was a good finish there. Fulham back in the game, and Liverpool heads dropping a little bit. Klopp gets them in at half-time. I thought there'd be changes at half-time, in all honesty. He sticks with the same team, and it didn't look much different, to be honest. But the team kept, plugging away, and you've got to give them credit for that. I think they've faced a bit of criticism recently for maybe being poor mentally, for conceding so many early goals, going behind a lot. So we've got to give them credit there for keeping at it, especially Harvey Elliott getting stick all day. For some reason, off the Fulham fans, he was like 16 when he played there. Played like a handful of games when he was a child, and then they boo him all the time. Why, I don't know, but that's football fans for you, isn't it? Anyway, Elliott has had a a terrible shot. The home fans kind of go berserk, but he didn't drop his head. He got back onto it and he won the ball back. In a way that maybe at other times when Liverpool played poorly, we're not quite seeing that, desire to press, gegenpress, whatever you want to call it. It hasn't quite been there. So Harvey Elliott was brilliant. He won the ball back. He laid a simple, tidy ball to Ryan Gravenberch. Gravenberch, brilliant goal. Liverpool 2-1. After that point, Liverpool seemed much more confident. It was much more fluid. The passes become a little bit longer. The passes become 25-yard balls instead of 10-yard balls, which is a big difference. The Fulham line's getting bypassed a little bit. We can, there's more chance of players moving out of position. All the good things that Liverpool can do with the football. There were signs of that creeping back in when Liverpool were 2-1 up. I mean, how good is it to see Diogo Jota score a goal again? It's been a while. I haven't seen it for a while, but his finishing is unbelievable. And when Núñez comes on, you can just see the difference between Jota and Núñez in terms of what they can do, in the penalty area. I think within seconds of Núñez comes on, he has a snapshot where he's not in a great position, but he doesn't hit the target. He doesn't, worry the goalkeeper. I think there was one later on where he, again, it's not brilliant and there's just no composure. With Jota, he's just so clinical. He's brutal what he can do in a penalty area. I think his all-round play has actually improved as well. I always think he used to be a bit more anonymous, but now he's looking a bit more of a complete forward. Yeah, Alisson had very little to do. He couldn't really do anything for the goal. Very little to do for the game there. Shows how great he is by an absolutely brilliant double save late on. It was very late, but if Liverpool concede late on, that goes to 3-2. Who knows how that really finishes? So Alisson doing his job and just proving that he's the best goalkeeper in the league, at least. I love watching him. His concentration is just unbelievable in those situations when he has so little to do for a game and then he can just turn it on and produce a match-winning save. Not that it was match-winning today, but it was very, very important and he can do that week after week and it's great to see him back. As brilliant as Kelleher did, it's just great to have the best goalkeeper in the world playing for your club, simple as that. So, what next? Liverpool play Everton on Wednesday. It's going to be a tough game. As much as there's a gulf between the two sides, it's going to be a tough game. Liverpool are really going to have to show up from minute one. But it's a game that can be won quite comfortably, I think, ultimately, if Liverpool are prepared to dig in and fight for it and let their quality see through, because they're a different world quality-wise to Everton. But that's not what always wins you a derby match. Last week against Palace, it looked like the end of the world for Reds fans, and it was a difficult week, obviously, with the European game against Atalanta. Real negative vibe around the club. When we're in a title race, it's bananas, really. But today, we win. We're back second. Level top on goal difference. If you squint a little bit, we look like we're top of the league. Manchester City keep winning, they're going to win the league. And unfortunately, that's what Manchester City tends to do. They tend to keep winning. But all you got to do is just do your own thing. All these clubs have got to do their own thing and see what happens. And I think we'll go to the last game of the season with 3 clubs being able to win the Premier League trophy. And if that happens, that's good enough for me. Really, you don't want to go to Everton on Wednesday having drawn today, having got beat today, essentially it being over. Although, Evertonians are going to be absolutely rabid for the chance to, put something in the spokes of our title challenge. So they will go absolutely mental from minute one. So Liverpool have got to turn up. As I say, 5 games left. Liverpool somehow still in a title race. It is brilliant. So Reds, enjoy it. This doesn't always happen, so enjoy it. And derby game Wednesday, wow, that's going to be a big one. Up the Reds.